Hello, welcome everybody to Yoga Today. My name is Kristen O'Connor and I'm super pleased to share this practice with you, and I hope that we're all here to be mindful and be caring to ourselves. And today we're going to start with a breathing and meditation practice to calm the mind, to ultimately release negative thinking patterns. And there's a great book called The Magical Breath that I read to my daughter, and it's the same practice. We breathe in through the nose and we blow out through the lips like you're going to blow a bubble. And let's set the right palm and the left at about the height of the heart. The elbows hang towards the floor and we're just cupping the hands, breathing in through the nose, and breathing out through the lips. If it feels comfortable, close your eyes, start to look up into that space between the eyebrows, or find a focal point. Continue breathing in through the nose and blowing out through that O opening in your lips. Now in this book, The Magical Breath, they invite kids to blow away their negative thinking. And I'm going to invite you to do the same. As you blow out through the lips, blow away your worries. Blow away your fears. And even beyond that, we can kind of blow away the pleasure seeking that maybe continues while we're here under stress. So we release pleasures. We can be free from those attachments as well. Just another few moments. Breathing in through the nose, blowing out through the lips. One more. Releasing your hands. Now I'm going to invite you to move on to your back. And just decide what's comfortable, keeping the knees bent, straightening the legs. Hands on the tummy, hands on the sides. Close your eyes if you want. Just rest and be present. But start to scan your body. Am I resting? If I go down into my feet, can I relax my toes, my feet, the lower legs, upper legs? What does relaxed feel like? And I'll relax my hips. I'll relax through the lower back and middle back and upper back and neck. And relax through the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, the hands. Relax the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Relax your jaw, let the teeth separate. And if your eyes are relaxed, your eyelids don't actually completely close, so there's still a little slit of light. Relax your forehead. And relax even your scalp. And scanning the body again, and if there are any places that feel residual tension, tightness, stress, just soften. And take your right arm up, stretch it up overhead, roll onto your right side. And let's slowly come to our hands and knees, please. Opening the fingers wide. Let the heart shine forward, the head lifts. As you exhale, bring your chin to your chest, rounding the spine. Inhaling, looking up. Exhale, looking under. One more. And then we'll press the hips back towards the heels. Take a few moments in a child's pose. And I like to turn my palms up at the front of my mat. Let the forehead comfortably come to the floor, or maybe we bring hands under the forehead instead. Make it comfortable, and once again, scan your body for tension, starting at the toes, feeling the tops of the feet. And I'm going to rise out of the posture so you can hear me, but I want you to stay for a moment and just feel the front of your body, the front of your lower leg against the floor, sort of the thigh and the belly where they meet. Feeling the front of your body, your forehead, maybe your arms, your heart towards the floor for a moment. Just feeling the whole front of the body. And feeling tension free, feeling at rest. Last breath here. invite you to slowly come forward onto your tummy. And take your time stretching the legs out behind you. And let's bring the arms down alongside the body. And you could have a cheek or a forehead on the floor. One more breath here. And then let's keep the arms down alongside the body. Slowly lift the shoulders. Slowly lift the heart. Lift the head. Stretch the hands back towards the feet. And then you could release forehead or cheek to the floor. And then again, lifting your head. Peeling back the heart. Lifting the shoulders. And then releasing. One more time, lifting the head, lifting the heart, lifting through the shoulders, and releasing. Press yourself up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. Option to rest in child's pose, or slowly lift into your first down dog. Pressing down into the heels, we can bend knees, bend elbows, gently look back between your legs, and breathe. One more. Walk your feet to your hands or hands to your feet. Take your time to bend your knees. Exhale. And then sliding the hands up the fronts of your legs. Lift your heart up. Maybe even think of it like a chair, right? What feels good to us. And then if you want to fold again, you can. And then I'm going to reach my arms back, lift my heart up. And my arms can stay back, they can stretch up and around. Oh, I'm going to hook my thumbs together. And then bring palm to palm with the heart. And then hooking the thumbs together again. Stretch the arms forward and up. And then stretching back through the hips. I bend my knees, fold over bent legs. Straighten the legs, slide the hands up the fronts of the legs, just coming up halfway. And then exhale, fold. Step your feet back for plank. Enjoy it for a moment. Activate your legs, activate your belly towards the spine. One more breath. And slowly lower the knees. Slowly lower down onto the tummy. This time, keep your hands forward from the shoulders. As you inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, lift through the fronts of the shoulders. And then slowly lower down, reaching the ribs forward, reaching the heart forward, reaching the top of the head forward. The elbows stay drawn in. Let's do it again. Slowly lifting the head, lifting the heart, lifting up through the shoulders, and then slowly coming down. One vertebrae at a time. One more. Lifting through the ears, through the heart. And then slowly coming down. Then you can bring your arms back and take a cheek to the floor, the forehead just resting. You can take your other cheek or your forehead to the floor. And then we're going to press up to hands and knees. Tuck the toes under and child's pose or down dog if you wish for your kind of transition. Moving up into your down dog from child's pose. We'll inhale here together. And then exhale, stepping feet towards hands, forward fold. Sliding the hands up to the knees, lift the heart, maybe like a chair. And then exhale, fold. Sweeping the arms back. Lift the heart, lift the head. I actually hook my thumbs as I stretch up. And then exhale, palm to palm with the heart. One more nice deep breath. And we'll move into the warrior portion of our practice today. My hope is that our Tadasana creates a sense of stability throughout our standing postures, right? A sort of baseline for all the standing postures to follow is set here. So breathe down into your feet, feel your feet. Wiggle the toes, even lift all 10 toes if you can, lower one toe at a time. And try it again. You could start with the pinky toe. Could start with the big toe. Can you feel all your toes? Right, when we put our attention on them, maybe. Right? I'm going to hook my thumbs together, shine the palms forward, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, so reach the hips back, folding at the hips. Come forward and down. Now I'm going to take my left leg and step it all the way back. And just take a moment here, bringing fingertips underneath the shoulders. Deepen the breath. I'm going to let my right hand come down to the floor. Take the left palm alongside the left ear for a moment and just feel as though you're going to lift through that left ear. Spiraling my right hip back, left hip forward. I'm going to start to stretch up through that left side. One more breath. And then bending the left elbow. Bringing the left hand back down to the earth. Crawl the right toes forward a little bit so that they're in front of the knee. And then lift your right toes slowly. Fold back. Bring your hands, once again, fingertips under the shoulders. Right? I say fingertips because my hands might not make it to the floor. And then lowering the toes, drawing the hips forward. Now I'm going to tuck my left toes under. I'm going to step forward to the front of my mat, bring my hands to the knees, lift into a nice chair, and then fold forward. I can straighten the legs. I'm going to inhale into chair, And then I'm going to exhale and step my right foot all the way back. My right knee comes down. That right hip spirals forward. That left hip is spiraling back. And we feel where the legs draw together. And maybe a little residual pelvic floor, a little bit of abdominals result. I'm going to keep my left hand under my left shoulder and just bring my right palm to my right ear to start, so I'm sort of aware of where that ear is. I'm going to shine that right ear up towards the ceiling. Continue spiraling the right hip forward, left hip back, and see if you can begin to stretch that right arm up. Stay for the inhale. And bring the right hand back down. Let the right fingertips come to the floor. My left foot's already pretty far forward, but if you wanted to crawl the left foot forward more, you could. And then slowly pull back on the left toes. Walk fingertips back under the shoulders. And I do that to help lift my heart and try to even lengthen my belly over my left thigh. So I'm going to try to get more of my torso against my thigh. And then lowering the left toes. This time, instead of stepping forward, let's bring the hands down onto the mat and let's find our down dog. And come forward into plank. Lower the knees, lower the chest, the chin. And then bringing the thighs forward, the pelvis forward. Lift the head, lift the heart. And lower the head, lower the heart. Press back into your down dog or child's pose, your choice. And just notice how you feel. And I love that breath in through the nose, blowing out to the lips, the one we started with today. And I see people doing it when they're calming themselves down, getting ready for a meeting. It just happens naturally, maybe without the mudra. Inhaling into down dog. We'll exhale, step the feet to the hands. Inhale, bring the hands to the knees, bend the knees, lift the heart, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stretch the arms back, rise up. Maybe we hook the thumbs. Exhale, bring the palm to palm at the heart. And breathe. Balancing the negative mind. This breath. Let's continue with our standing practice. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold, reaching the hips back. Inhale, lift the heart. You can have knees bent or straight. Exhale, fold. Now step the left foot back. Turn your left toes out to the left a little bit. Reach your arms forward and upward for warrior one. Feel the right hip spiraling back, that left hip spiraling forward. And then we're going to open to the left. So now we feel that left hip reaching to the back of the mat. And that right hip, that right thigh reaching to the front of the mat. The feet almost press away from each other. Take a nice deep breath here. Start to reach over your right thigh. Bring your right elbow to that right thigh. Bring your left palm next to your left ear. Palm sort of aiming at the ear. Now feel the right foot pressing to the front of the mat, the left foot pressing to the back of the mat, and start to stretch that left arm overhead alongside the ear. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale, draw the left hand down. Start to rise up. Float the arms out, warrior two. Now I'm going to tuck my right toes in. Lift the heart and exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Hands to the back of the ankles. Let the head hang. Last breath. Slide the hands up the backs of the legs. Lift your chest. Come all the way up to standing. Bend into your left knee. Let's go to the other side. So now my left knee and toes are turned out. I'm going to tuck my right toes in, and I might even pivot a little bit that right heel so that I can reach my arms past the left thigh and rise up into warrior one. Inhale. Well, now I can open my hips again to the right, pressing my right hip to the back of the mat, pressing my left hip to the front of the mat, or as it is right now. Right, I'm pressing the hip, the feet maybe away from each other. And exhale, bring the left forearm to the left thigh, right palm aiming towards the right ear. Can you still feel the feet pressing apart? Feeling the strength of your legs, stretch that right arm overhead. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbow. Slowly come back up into warrior two. And then release. Tuck the left toes in. And one more time, wide-legged forward fold. Bringing your hands to the right side of your mat. Turn your toes to the right and step back into down dog. Come into plank. Lay down onto the belly. Legs could be a little bit wide here. And with hands slightly in front of the shoulders, we lift the head. We lift the heart. We lift the shoulders. And breathe into our cobra. One more. Slowly coming down. You could bring a cheek to the floor. You could bring the forehead to the floor. Now, when we rest into these postures, the idea is to be tension-free. I'm going to invite you to press up to your hands and knees. And then let's come to a seated position. We'll start by bringing the soles of the feet together. My knees are at about 90 degrees. We'll be here for a short stay, so make it sustainable. You can have your hands behind you. If it feels right, you want to fold forward. Let's take 10 breaths. You can slowly start to walk your hands back to the body. Take the hands behind you. And then I'm going to invite you to come onto your tummy again. And this time we're going to bring the legs narrow, if possible. And I'm going to bring my hands underneath my thighs, palms up. And I actually tuck my elbows even underneath me a little bit. This is for our locust. So I bring my forehead to the floor or hover the nose. If it's comfortable, you could bring the chin to the floor. And then lift the right leg up and just hold it. One more breath. I'm releasing that right leg. Let's take the left leg up. And then lower the left leg down. Take your hands out from underneath you. Bring a cheek to the floor. Just rest. Release any tension. And then bringing the forehead, the nose, the chin to the floor. Bring your legs together. And you could do it again with one leg at a time. Or you could explore lifting both legs. One more breath. And then releasing the legs, releasing the hands, releasing a cheek to the floor. The legs separate. Stay for another breath or two. Good. I got up to check on my technology. I apologize. But let's go ahead and come back to our hands and knees. And maybe we feel like we want to do a down dog or a child's pose or a cat-cow. And then I'm going to invite you to come to a seated position. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Take your hands behind. And let's slowly bend the knees. Lean back behind the sits bones. So I've sort of hinged back to about 60 degrees so that my feet start to lift off the floor, but I'm still on my sits bones. And I might be able to straighten my legs if I keep holding with my hands, or maybe my arms could release. Maybe my knees stay bent. Breathe. Last breath. And then you can lower the feet and lower the upper body. And let go of any tension, resting on your back. One more breath here. Bend your knees, bring your feet underneath your knees. Wiggle the toes, plant your feet. If you can, bring your feet and knees all the way together. Slowly lift your hips into bridge. Keeping the knees together, reach your knees over your toes. Maybe we can bring the shoulders underneath us. Maybe we can hook the thumbs behind us. Squeezing inner thighs together. And then slowly release hands, release the spine, maybe pause halfway, and then continue. And now let's bring the soles of the feet together again and let the knees open. Let the hands rest on the belly, on the inner thighs, wherever's comfortable. And as you're resting here, releasing tension. Releasing the inner thigh. Taking 10 breaths. Keep resting in this posture, this shape. And when I say rest, I mean scan your body. Continue to be present. Maybe tension that wasn't there comes. Maybe you can let go of another layer. I'm going to use my hands to slowly bring my knees back together. And pause. And drawing the knees in towards the chest. So we're going to move into our Sarvangasana, our shoulder stand, through plow. So bringing the arms back alongside the body. You're going to use your legs to help a little bit here. I'm going to reach my legs up to the ceiling so that they're straight, they're drawn together. And then with the help of my hands, I'm going to reach my legs overhead. And keeping my legs parallel to the floor, I'm going to relax my upper body a little bit by bringing my hands to my hips. And I prefer to keep the weight across my shoulders, and less so on my neck, so that there's still space under the neck, but I do tuck the chin. And then from here, with my hands supporting me, I can take my legs up to a more vertical line over the shoulders. And I like to have my feet flat. And imagine I'm pushing through the four corners of my feet, standing on the ceiling. Once again, like a Tadasana. To come out of the posture, let the legs go overhead again for plow. And then maybe hands help the hips slowly lower to the mat. You could pause your legs vertical, take a moment to bend the knees, lower the feet. And then take your time slowly stretching your legs out if you wish, and just resting again. Placing your hands wherever it's comfortable. So now we'll do the counter pose. So we'll bring the hands down alongside the body, palms down, and you'll bring your elbows sort of underneath your waist. My legs can be together, and I come up about onto my elbows, about halfway. And I do let my hips slide a little bit here on the floor, but ideally I can let my head come back so that the top of the head comes to the floor. And we're opening the front of the throat. So as the sternum rises, the throat opens. To come out of the posture, gently tuck the chin, look at the toes, release the elbows, and roll down onto the back. Rest completely. Legs can separate. Continue breathing deeply. Allow yourself to rest completely. Please stay where you are. Good. One more nice deep breath. And now I'm going to invite you to keep your eyes closed and slowly raise yourself upright into your seated posture, getting ready for a meditation. And it could be that you're going to sit in a chair. It could be that you're going to sit on the floor, sitting with your legs crossed. We'll start the breath in through the nose and out through the O of the lips. We'll bring the right palm into the left palm, cupping the hands in front of the heart, letting the elbows hang. And when the eyelids are relaxed, the eyelids don't completely close, so you can see there's a little slit of light if you look down. And I'm going to encourage you to look up instead into that space inside of your forehead. For this last few moments, just breathing again in through the nose, out through the lips. When we start the meditation with the I am not my negative thinking, right? I am not unworthy. I am not might be for you. Right? I am not to be sacrificed. I am not lesser than. I am not unhealthy. I am not selfish. I am not. And then as we progress through this exercise with the negative mind, we start to also begin to let go of the things that we might be more attached to. I am not in control, right? I am not always aware. I am not, and you just keep working with it. Whatever you're able to continue with, just keep going for another few moments. I am not, right? It's easy to let go of the things that are things we want to let go of them first. Unburden yourself of all the things that you want to negate, right? I am not this. I am not this. I am not. And we might have to start with something simple. I am not Kristen. I am not a girl. I am not sitting in a yoga mat. I am not smiling at this practice today because it's challenging. I am not. And then we can, I am not living at this address. I am not, whatever it can be that you're ready to let go of. I am not. That is the practice. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through that O of the lips. I am not. I am not my pain. Right? Joining palm to palm. Inhale deeply. Hold it. Exhale. Release the hands. So even just the breath made accessible, even to my daughter in a beautiful story, The Magical Breath. And yet there is a deeper practice behind it that we can use to magnify it, a mudra, a mental consciousness of I am not. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. The pure light within you guide your way on. Stay happy. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Namaste.